And welcome back to the channel. On this video I want to talk about bike lanes, because we're coming into that time of year where we'll be riding on our bikes. If you're not already riding it, you will be soon as we get into the bike season. But so I wanted to talk about some of the things to watch out for in the bike lanes, and one of them is this right here. If I point the camera down, you'll see this is the kind of stuff you're going to get in bike lanes a lot. And so you're dodging this kind of stuff because you don't really want to run it over. And this is the kind of weather where you can get, or the kind of stuff I mean, that you can get flat tires with the debris in the bike lane. So that's one of the things. And this bike lane actually is a little bit narrower. Some of them are more narrow than this. This one's a little bit wider, I should say. One of the nicest ones actually for width. But if you take the actual curb here, how it comes out, you can see with my foot right here, it comes out, what, about a foot across. So really you're not supposed to ride in that, right? So it does leave you less. It looks like more with that, but you don't have that much. You have, I would say, about, I think it's supposed to be about 48 inches. But I think really it should be more like 6 feet. Or 5 feet at least, 60 inches. But we're lucky to have bike lanes in some areas. This particular road has it, but it's not a long road. I'm going to whip around to the other side and go in the bike lane there and see some other things. If I can get turned here. Got lots of cars here. I'm recording this video on Sunday afternoon at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So let's get over here. Okay, let's ride along here. And some of the stuff might not even pick up well on the camera, but there is like crap, as I always want to call it, in the bike lane. And I have pretty good tires on my bike, but it's not very hard to get a flat tire on your bike. And those are no fun, and nobody wants them. And I got pine cones and sticks or twigs from the trees. It's especially bad when you've just had a windstorm or anything like that in your area, if you've had stormy weather. Oh, I wanted to come back. I wanted to go to that. Something we just went by. I'm going to be able to turn around and go back to it here. Let me get turned back around in the right direction. I wanted to talk about this. These are especially bad too. Let me hop off for a second. These storm drains are especially bad. This one isn't too bad actually, but some of them right here, if you've got a narrow tire, some of them don't have the metal strip here and they're longer, and you can get your wheel caught in there. And if it's the wider, I've seen them wider than this. And the other thing you got to be really careful of is these drains, storm drains. Sometimes, this one's a good one actually, a nice flat one. Some of them have a pretty good dip in them. And if you hit that going at any speed at all, especially say 20 miles an hour, that can cause a lot of problems. So you want to be careful of that. And let's go on a little more. I want to point out another thing or two. The other thing that I should mention that's happening right now on this road here, it's busy. So you got a lot of cars going by you, so if you are trying to dodge around, like if I'm trying to go around the storm drain, it doesn't leave me a lot of room here. And some of the cars drive close to this side. I've seen it before. And I've had guys or women, whoever it was driving, in this case it was guys driving a work truck. They were right in they had one of their wheels actually halfway in a bike lane. And I think I have that on a video. I think I did a short on that a long time ago. It's just ridiculous, you know, like, and they didn't do, I thought they were turning just up ahead or something. No, they kept on going with one wheel. They were pulling a trailer. but they had one wheel halfway into the bike lane. The whole, at least the time I visualized them, saw them. Some of the other things, I'm going to point something out up here. This is actually not bad. It depends on the time of year. What I'm going to point out next here. Depends on how tall of a rider you are too. I'm 5'9", so, but right here, or maybe I can go down to the next one. I want to point out about branches that stick into the bike lane. Some of them are really, really bad. Well, that car wasn't going to wait for me. Okay, this one right here is a bad one. Okay, let me hop off. And I want the bike to fall over here. Try that. Okay. See, this tree, if you see myself and this tree, we are not far away. And if I'm up on the bike, that puts you up taller. And some of these branches stick over a lot. They go completely over the bike lane, and that can be very dangerous, particularly at night. So a good headlight helps, but I guess knowing your road and where those are helps. But what if you don't know? Like, you know, you got to be paying attention basically at all times, especially night riding. For sure at night, you got to be, probably the first thing I would recommend is slowing it down a bit at night. Because it's hard to see, even with the best of headlights. This bike has a really good headlight. I'm riding the Lyric Graffiti X. The headlight is awesome. It's DOT approved, all good. But even that, you don't see things like that. They just come up. You could be going around a curb, you know, around a corner. It could be a curve, you know, in the road. And you don't see it. So those are some of the things to watch out for in the bike lane. There's a lot of stuff that you have to be careful of. And in the fall, you got the leaves, and the leaves can be very slick when they're wet, which a lot of times they are. So yeah, you want to be careful of all that. I'm gonna turn around quick here. But yeah, the bike lanes, for lack of a better word, can be hell at times. It can be really, really sketchy. And there are times when there's so much debris. Oh, here I am dodging a stick right now. There's so much debris in the bike lane that I just won't ride in it. You know, if it gets too bad, I just go onto the road. And I'll try to be off to the side here if it's a faster road, you know. This road's 25, I think. So I could actually, no, maybe it's, yeah, I think it's 25. So that's not too bad, but some of them are 35 and 40. But yeah, this is, you can see all the debris here. I don't know how much the camera picks it up, but believe me, there's debris. And yeah. Do I race them? Going pretty good. Wonder what his top speed is. All right, well, I didn't expect that, but If you've got anything you'd like to add in the bike lane, things that can be a problem. Oh, I just thought of something else that's a problem too. And that is bikers coming the wrong way toward you. That is not good. I've had that happen before. You're in the bike lane and all of a sudden there's a bike coming toward you. In the bike lane, like, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to yield to them? They're not supposed to be there. So I guess you're playing chicken with the other bike because you know, you got to ride with the traffic. You can't ride against it. And I know some people say they prefer that, but that's more dangerous. Like, what about the other bikers that are actually in the bike lane coming toward you? What do you think? Like, what do you do? Anyway, those are a few of the things to do with the bike lane and things to watch out for. I'd say debris is number one though. And the storm drains, those dips in the storm drains, those are bad. And then just overall slick, wet. If there's puddles in the bike lane also, you don't know what's in the, like if the puddles are deep, you don't know what's inside, like in that puddle of water. There could be glass, there could be who knows what. Another thing that you find in the bike lanes a lot is roofing nails. I don't know why, but there's a lot of roofing nails I find in the bike lane, and guess what? If you're running over that, it's flat tire city. All right, well, that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, thank you very much. Just hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell. And if you'd like to comment on this or any other videos you've seen on the channel, just hit that comments section and leave a comment there. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. Until next time, be safe, everyone, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.